Namaste. Good evening. This is Dr. Aparna. I am your emotional healing synergist. I am a I am an Ayurvedic psychotherapist, a passionate infopreneur, edupreneur, medical writer, and a budding YouTuber. So, um, today is World Mental Health Day, the 10th of October 2023. So I thought, what better than, addressing Ayurveda and the mind and the mental health aspect uh, rather than today. So today we are discussing Ayurveda cognizance or Ayurvedic cognizance on mental health. So in my pursuit is to address, promote, and propagate Ayurveda and psychotherapy globally. In this discourse, I come up with discussions every week on Ayurveda, mental health, psychotherapy, and other related aspects. So today, in this, special on this special occasion, sorry, there was a disturbance in the audio. So, on this special occasion of World Mental Health Day, let's first understand what is the aim and the objective of having a World Mental Health Day. So, mental health is a universal human right. So, which serves as a reminder to everyone on the planet to raise awareness, advance understanding, and encourage action that will protect and advance everyone's right to mental health. So, World Mental Health Day serves as a platform to spread awareness about mental health issues, reduce stigma, and encourage open discussions about mental well being. It also aims to educate individuals and communities about mental health, its potential impact on people's lives, and the available resources for seeking help and support. See, Ayurveda cognizance means it would be rather fragmented and insignificant if I don't address mind while addressing Ayurveda. So for people who are hearing about Ayurveda for the first time, I'm sure that most of you might have heard about Ayurveda in some or the other way in your life, or taken some or the other treatments, or tried some or the other kitchen Ayurveda, thinking that the kitchen herbal remedies is Ayurveda. So there are so many myths and misconceptions regarding Ayurveda that I have busted on one of my videos. You can check that video out. Links I will provide in the description. And I have also talked about why is Ayurveda unique. So to brief, Ayurveda is the only system of medicine which concentrates on preventive healthcare. So all the systems are mainly based on curative care, but Ayurveda is a system which concentrates on preventive healthcare. And the definition of Ayurveda being and cure the diseases from its root cause. So we call it pathogenesis. So not only to treat the symptoms, to wipe out the disease from its root cause. That is the main objective or aim of Ayurveda, if we have to correlate. So Ayurveda says swasthasya swasthya rakshanam aturasya vikara prashamanam, or it is further elaborated into vyadhi parimokshanam. That means to prevent and preserve the health of healthy individuals and to wipe out the disease from its root cause. So, here, when we talk about this, the aim and objective of Ayurveda, next, how is, Ayurveda is as psychological as it is somatic. So, it is both psychosomatic. So, every aspect of Ayurveda, every aspect of treatment in Ayurveda is linked to mind somewhere or the other. So, and this is like, uh, here, health according to Ayurveda is swasthasya swasthya rakshanam aturasya. As I said, the aspect of, the definition of Ayurveda goes swasthasya swasthya rakshanam and aturasya vikara prashamanam or vyadhi parimokshanam. The next thing in Ayurveda is what comprises of health. That means samadosha samagnishcha samadhatu malakriyaha prasanna atma indriya manaha swastha ityabhidiyate. So in Ayurveda, it is said that the balance of dosha, dhatu, mala, agni, and dosha, dhatu, mala, agni, indriya, and mana, comprising of everything. That means the tridoshas. I will talk about what is tridoshas because many of you might have heard about vata, pitta, kapha. Yes, they form the fundamental or basics of basic theories of the Ayurveda. So dhatus, so doshas in balance, dhatus, that all the tissues like, lymphatic tissue, blood tissues, muscular tissues, adipose tissues, and the bones, the skeletal system, the reproductive system, all these all these systems and the excretas, the urine, the stool, and the sweat, all these with the indriyas means the five sense organs and the five motor organs, comprising sensory and motor organs, and atma and manas. Manas means mind. Why I am stressing here is Ayurveda says that health means a healthy mind and a healthy body. Not only a healthy body, but a healthy mind. So um this is, the health concept of health in Ayurveda. When we talk of health, it is mental and physical and emotional well-being. So it is clearly mentioned in Ayurveda. So um, for people who think that Ayurveda do not address the mental concerns, Ayurveda very well addresses the mental concerns or the mental concepts. So here, next, so when we talk of Ayurveda and the concepts, the first concept is the Tridosha concept, the fundamental concept. So what are Tridoshas? So you might have heard Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And most many of people who I know and who are not aware of Ayurveda ask me that, does vata, pitta and kapha, does they signify any scientific correlation, can they be correlated to modern medicine, or are they scientifically evident? So I want to say that yes, they are scientifically evident, and practically also they're very evident, and though it cannot be completely correlated to the modern medicine, but we can take the references. So doshas here is, see, vata, pitta and kapha are five fundamental doshas in Ayurveda, representing different combinations of the five elements. So here again, tridosha theory is incomplete with the pancha mahabhuta theories. The pancha mahabhutas theory also I will talk about later. So pancha mahabhutas for now, for brief, are five elements which the doshas are made of, like earth, water, fire, air and ether, that is space. So and vata, pitta and kapha are govern various physiological and psychological functions in the body. So if I have to talk about vata, pitta and kapha, so doshas are the fundamental energies that govern various physiological and psychological functions. So vata relates to movement, pitta relates, pitta to transformation, and kapha to stability. So how? See, they see doshas do not have a direct equivalent in allopathy. So we can understand it in a holistic way. You know, categorizing, we can categorize it into physiological systems. So how? See, vata. So, when we talk of vata, vata is characterized by the elements of air and ether. So, vayu and akasha. So, what it does is vata governs movement in the body. Everything, every moment in the body is movement in the body is governed by vata. The communication, the creativity, and the mental agility. So, when in balance, individuals with vata constitutions tend to be lively, creative and adaptive. So vata dosha here has the qualities such as lightness, mobility, coldness, dryness and subtle. So vata is sharp, sharp and quick. So vata governs all the movements in the body and mind, not only in the body, in the mind. So what it can be correlated to here? So vata is responsible for all the movements in the body and mind. It resides predominantly in the colon, but also exist in other parts of the body like bones, skins, ear and thighs. So if we have to correlate to vata to modern medicine or allopathy, vata aligns with the nervous system and its functions. So it involves autonomic nervous system, which regulates involuntary bodily functions such as heart rate, digestion and breathing. So this is vata. Next is pitta. Pitta is characterized by the elements of fire and water. It is characterized by the qualities such as sharpness, heat, fluidity, lightness and liquidity. You must have heard that from your grandmother or elders that if you have some heat in the body, they say that your pitta must have increased. In South India, there is a practice that your pitta must have increased, so there is increased heat in the body. So Pitta governs all the transformational processes in the body. That means digestion, metabolism, and hormonal regulation. So, Pitta, governs all the transformational. That means the digestive process, the metabolism, and endocrinal system. So, hormonal regulation. So, Pitta primarily resides in the small intestine, but is also present in the other areas of stomach, liver, and skin. So you might have heard that if pitta increases, the skin, the twak vikaras, the skin diseases or the skin disorders, it gives rise to skin disorders or skin diseases. So here, pitta, is present in all the activities of the blood vessels and metabolic processes. So, as I said, pitta is composed of fire and water. It governs digestion, metabolism, transformation, and intelligence. It is an intelligence factor as well. So, if I have to correlate it to modern medicine, pitta can be related to endocrine system and various digestive or metabolic processes. So the digestive system, the liver, the pancreas, which play crucial roles in pitta functions. So then comes the kapha. So kapha consists of the elements, you know water and earth. So it governs stability, strength, immunity, and emotional calmness. So um kapha is generally considered as heavy, cold, stable, dense, and slime. So these are the qualities of kapha. So kapha mostly resides in skin and mucous membranes. So it is responsible for lubrication and provides tranquility, that means calm or peace in all activities. So, kapha provides structure, stability, lubrication in the body. So, it resides primarily in the chest and stomach, in the upper parts. So, but it is in also present in other areas like head, neck, and joints. So, if I have to correlate kapha to modern medicine, it can be associated with the structural components of the body, including connective tissues, mucous membranes, and the lymphatic system. So it aligns with the aspects of immune system as well. So here, it aligns with lymphatic system, mucous membranes, connective tissue, immune system. So all of this, an imbalance in kapha might result in issues like excess mucus production. आपको कफ ज्यादा हुआ है, ऐसा, हाँ, you might have heard that, and weight gain if kapha is in imbalance, or sluggishness, and reflecting disruptions in these bodily systems. So as I said, I will just summarize in brief the correlations. Vata's function, not Vata's function align with the autonomic nervous system. That means which regulates involuntary actions. So imbalances may affect heart rate, breathing, and digestion. So pitta and metabolism, endocrine system. So vata can be compared to nervous system. Pitta can be compared to digestive system and endocrine system. So pitta relates to metabolism and the endocrine system. So it influences processes like digestion, absorption, and hormonal regulation. So kapha can be, correlated to structural and integral integrity or immunity. So kapha governs the structural elements and aspects of immunity in the body. It is linked with connective tissues, mucous membranes, and the lymphatic system. So this is vata, pitta, and kapha, in brief. So the next concept, which comes here is, as I said, the pancha mahabhutas. So in Ayurveda, it is said that sarvam dravyam pancha bhautikam asmin arthe. So every substance is pancha bhautika, is made of, pancha mahabhutas. What are pancha mahabhutas? Is, as I said, five great or five fundamental elements. So this is a basic concept in Ayurveda, and also it is in philosophy. It was also there during the Vedas and pre-Veda time as well. The Pancha Mahabhutas. You will find the references in the Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads as well. So the Pancha Mahabhutas form the basis for understanding the composition of all the matter, so including the human body. So what are Panchamahabhutas? Is the first Panchamahabhuta is Prithvi, that is earth. So Prithvi signifies solidity, stability, and density. So Prithvi, earth, what it does is, in the human body, it provides structure, it provides stability, it supports, the bodily tissues and organs. It is prevalent in bones, teeth, muscles, and hair. So functions of earth in the body is governs growth, stability, and nourishment. Next mahabhuta is up, so, or water. It the qualities are the fluidity and the cohesiveness. So body, as we know, constitutes of, most of the fluid, that is water. So here it constitutes bodily fluid like blood, lymph, saliva, and digestive juices. It is also present in cells and interstitial fluids. So here, this the function of up mahabhuta or the water is nourishes and moisturizes tissues, facilitates movement, and supports metabolic processes. The next mahabhuta is the fire or tejo mahabhuta, or it is called agni. So the quality is heat, light, and transformation. So transformation here means either digestion, metabolism, or, endocrinal processes. So here this represents metabolism and enzymatic activities. So it is found in the digestive system, governing digestion and metabolic processes. So Agni Mahabhuta facilitates digestion, absorption, and transformation of nutrients, governs body temperature and energy metabolism. So the fourth Mahabhuta is Vayu or air. So the qualities of Vayu or air is movement and lightness. So what it does is, this air governs all forms of movement, including respiration, circulation, and nerve impulses. It is present in the respiratory and circulatory systems. So its function, circulation, and movement of bodily substances. So next is ether, that is Akasha Mahabhuta or Vyoma, it is called. So emptiness and expansiveness. So here it represents the spaces within the body, the empty spaces. So including the bodily cavities, channels. It is associated with the sense of hearing. So here the function of Akasha Mahabhuta is provides the medium for all forms of communication and movement. So it governs sound and hearing. So these are the five Mahabhutas. So according to Ayurveda, all the matter including human body is composed of varying combination of these five elements. That means sarvam dravyam panchabhautikam asmin arthe. So every individual has a unique composition which influences their constitution, prakriti and susceptibilities, which influences their prakriti. So next here we come to the concept called, prakriti. What is prakriti is individual constitution. This is also another concept of Ayurveda. As we are discussing concepts of Ayurveda here, we have discussed about doshas, tridoshas, we have discussed about panchamahabhutas. Now we are discussing about prakriti. This is another basic concept of Ayurveda. Prakriti is individual constitution. I have an individual constitution, you have an individual constitution, and some other has some other individual constitution. So prakriti is an individual's inherent physical and psychological makeup, what they are made up of. So determined by dominant, dominant dosha or combination of doshas at birth. So its correlation with, they don't we don't have individual like correlation to allopathy. The prakriti concept is unique to Ayurveda. That is, we can only say that it is individual constitution. Next is Agni. Next concept in Ayurveda is Agni. Agni means digestive fire. So, Agni is the digestive fire responsible for breaking and assimilating nutrients from food. So, here, if we have to, correlate, it is nothing but the digestive fire. It can be explained in terms of enzymatic and chemical processes in the gastrointestinal system, if we have to correlate that with allopathy. Next concept is dhatus. Dhatu means bodily tissues. There are seven bodily tissues mainly mentioned in Ayurveda. So, they are the seven primary tissues that make up the human body, starting from the plasma and ending to the reproductive system. Like I said in the beginning, the dhatus, the balance of dhatus, the lymphatic system, the circulatory system, the blood and the arteries, the veins, the muscular system, the skeletal system, the adipose tissue, the bone marrow, and the reproductive system. All these in combination, are called as bodily tissues. There are seven bodily tissues. Next is mala. Mala is another concept. Mala means waste products in Ayurveda. Malas are the waste products of metabolism, they including urine, feces, and sweat. So here it can be directly correlated to allopathy, because allopathy also recognizes the importance of excretion and elimination processes. So the next concept is ojas. Ojas, you can say essence of vitality or immunity. According to allopathy, it is overall immunity or the immune function. So, ojas in Ayurveda represents the subtle essence of all the body tissues, especially the reproductive fluids. So, it can be associated with vitality, immunity, and resilience. So, in allopathy, it can be compared to immune functions and a person's resilience or to illnesses. So, that is ojas. The next key concept in Ayurveda is srotas. So, srotas is a channel or a system. So, srotas are the channels or system through which nutrients, fluids, and waste products move in the body. So for movement of the nutrients, the fluids, and the waste products, there need to be some channels. Those channels are called srotasas in Ayurveda. So, in allopathy, if I have to correlate it, allopathy recognizes various physiological systems like circulatory system, respiratory system, or circulatory channels, respiratory channels, and channels, of nervous system, like the arteries and veins. And here in the nervous system, the nerves, all of them can be compared to the concept of srotas here, a channel. The next concept in Ayurveda is ama. Ama means toxins. So, ama is undigested or partially digested food that accumulates in the body, causing toxicity and imbalance. So, ama means toxins. How is it formed? Is undigested or partially digested food. So, in allopathy, also there is a concept of toxins. So, it can be compared to that concept. So, the next um you know um the next concept is today's relevance, because today is world mental health day. The manas, mind. So what does Ayurveda has to say about mind? So manas is considered as the seat of consciousness, emotions, thoughts, and perceptions. It encompasses higher mental functions like intellect, that is buddhi, and ego, ahankara. It's understood as a dynamic force. Manas is a dynamic force that influences our behavior, emotions, and the perception of the world. So, in modern psychology and neuroscience, mind refers to the totality of the mental process, including the consciousness, thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. So it encompasses cognitive functions, emotional states, and subjective experience. That was what exactly explained in Ayurveda 5,000 years ago. So the next concept in Ayurveda is, as we have Sharirika doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, we also have Manasika doshas, that is Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. So these three gunas, the sattva, rajas, and tamas, are the mental states that they influence the mental state and behavior. So sattva, see, sattva represents purity, harmony, balance, and wisdom. It manifests as qualities like clarity, compassion, and contentment. So Rajas represents activity, desire, restlessness, and attachment. So it's associated with the qualities like ambition, passion, and greed. So we are all made up of Sharirika and Manasika doshas. Tamas represents darkness, inertia, and ignorance. It is associated with qualities like lethargy, delusion, and confusion. See, I'm just correlating or explain, telling it in brief. There is a it is a totally vast subject in its own. The trigunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. If you go to study, sattva, rajas, and tamas. So, see, we cannot directly, there is no direct correlation in allopathy to sattva, rajas, and tamas. But, however, we can, make a referral, correlation could be like sattva aligns with a balanced and clear mental state, akin to emotional well being and mindfulness. And rajas can be associated with the heightened states of anxiety, restlessness, or high energy levels. And tamas might be comparable to the states of sluggishness, lethargy, or even depressive states. So, mental aspects in Ayurveda, the aspects of mind in Ayurveda, if I have to, talk about, is Manas Prakriti. So, as we have Sharira Prakriti, we also have Manasika Prakriti. That means mental constitution, which we may have either sattva, raja, and tama. So understanding this can guide mental health practices and therapies. So Ayurvedic, psychology or psychiatry or psychotherapy is called Sattva Vajaya Chikitsa. So I have talked about Sattva Vajaya Chikitsa in detail in one of my videos. So you can check, if you see the playlist, you can find that video. So you can refer to that video if you want to know about Ayurveda Sattva Vajaya Chikitsa. That is Ayurvedic psychotherapy or Ayurvedic psychiatry. So, and next is, when we talk about mental health, I happened to read a book called Ayurveda and the Mind by the author David Frawley. All, it is not for Ayurveda graduates. All, the people who are, interested in knowing about Ayurveda and the mind. This is the basic book. It talks about basic. You can, for the beginners, you can just read the book. So I'll just, talk about the book, why you should read that book. So this is not any endorsement, but I feel that if you are, interested, and if you are curious to know about Ayurveda and what Ayurveda talks about mind, this book is for you, like Ayurveda and the Mind. See, this book talks about holistic approach to mental health. So, the book offers holistic understanding of mental health, considering physical health, diet, emotions, and spirituality. So, this talks about dosha imbalances and mental well being. So, it delves into how imbalances in the doshas can affect mental states, providing insights for self awareness and adjustment and practical application. So, provides practical advice on diet, lifestyle, and herbal remedies to support mental well being. So, the next is integration of Ayurveda with modern psychology. Highlights how, Ayurvedic principles can complement and work in tandem with my modern psychological approaches, offering a more comprehensive view of mental health. So this also talks about some herbal remedies for mental health. So discusses specific Ayurvedic herbs known for their effects on mental well-being, offering natural alternatives for mental health support. Yoga and meditation techniques. So offers practical exercises and techniques like yoga and meditation, which are known for their positive effects on mental health. So this book is relevant to the present era. That means despite its ancient roots, Ayurveda's insights into mental well-being remain relevant in today's fast-paced and stressful world. So comprehensive understanding of the mind. So this combines Ayurvedic knowledge which with psychological insights, providing a overall understanding of the mind. So it also talks about seasonal rhythms and mental health. That means Rutucharya and mental health. Rutucharya is seasonal, routine in Ayurveda. So Ayurveda recognizes the influence of season on mental well-being. So this book explores on how seasonal changes can impact our mental state and offers advice on how to adapt our routines accordingly. So the next thing is emphasis on self awareness and mindfulness. The book encourages self awareness and mindfulness as crucial tools for understanding and managing one's mental state. So, this includes paying attention to thoughts, emotions, and their impact on the body, and integration with modern psychology. So, Frawley suggests ways to integrate Ayurvedic principles with modern psychology. That is what I do. So, I practice Ayurveda Sattvavajaya Chikitsa and modern psychotherapy technique or modern psychology technique. So, creating a more comprehensive approach to mental health. So, if I have to just summarize of chapter wise, what is there in Ayurveda and the Mind book. We are talking of the book Ayurveda and the Mind. So here, this chapter likely introduces the book's main theme and its significance in understanding the mind from an Ayurvedic perspective. So it might start by defining Ayurveda, as the ancient system of medicine, and it promotes holistic well-being, balancing the mind, body, and spirit, as I said in the beginning. So emphasizes that Ayurveda views the mind as an integral part of this holistic approach. So, and the second chapter is the mind according to Ayurveda. So, this chapter delves into Ayurvedic concepts related to the mind. We talked about including the influence of doshas, vata, pitta, and kapha, and how they affect, mental states. So, it explains how Ayurveda sees the mind as subtle expression of the elements and how imbalances in these elements can lead to mental disturbances. So, for example, an excess of Vata dosha might lead to anxiety and restlessness, while an excess of Pitta dosha might result in anger and irritability. So, this is the second chapter. The chapter 3 talks about psychology and Ayurveda. So, this chapter probably explores the relationship between psychological tendencies and dosha dominance, providing insights into understanding one's mental constitution. So it may introduce, relationship between the psychological tendencies and the dosha dominance. Psychological tendencies, we talked about sattva, rajas, and tamas, and the dosha dominance, providing insights into understanding, one's mental constitution. As I said, we all are made up of physical constitution and mental constitution. So uh, next chapter it talks about it talks about diet and digestion. So what is the impact of diet on mental health, and provides guidance on choosing foods that promote a balanced mind. So how Ayurveda considers diet a crucial factor maintaining mental equilibrium. So the next chapter is the sattvic mind. So the sattva we discussed. So sattva, as I said, sattva means mental clarity, harmony, and overall well-being. And how sattva quality contributes to mental quality and overall well-being. So it talks about sattva as a state of purity, harmony, and balance. So how cultivating a sattvic state of mind involves practicing practices that promote clarity, compassion, and contentment. So here this chapter also talks about meditation, introspection, and engaging with uplifting environments. The next chapter is um you know and here this chapter, this sattva, in the sattvic chapter, fifth chapter, that is the sattvic mind. It also talks about introspection, as I said, meditation, introspection, spending time in nature, engaging activities that bring joy and peace. The next chapter is emotions and the mind. So this chapter explores the connections between emotions and dosha imbalances. So emotional well-being here Ayurveda recognizes that emotions play a significant role in mental health, in maintaining mental health and holistic wellness. So, this chapter explains how different doshas influence emotional tendencies. For example, vata, excess vata may lead to, as I said, anxiety. Excess pitta may result in anger. Excess kapha may lead to lethargy or attachment. So, here it also talks about how to balance emotions, how to manage and balance emotions through lifestyle adjustments, diet, and specific practices. So, chapter 7 is Ayurvedic psychology and modern psychology. This chapter may compare Ayurvedic psychological principles with modern psychological theories, showing how they can complement each other. So, the chapter 7 talks about integration of Ayurveda and modern psychology. See how Ayurveda's understanding of the mind can be integrated with contemporary psychological approaches. This could involve finding common ground in understanding mental health and exploring holistic treatment methods. So next chapter deals with Ayurvedic herbs for the mind. So effect of various, they introduce various Ayurvedic herbs known for their effects of on mental health. So some specific herbs like ashwagandha, brahmi, and jatamansi, which are traditionally used in Ayurveda for calming and rejuvenative effects on the mind. So some of the herbal remedies for the mind, for the mental health, are discussed in these chapters. How how they support, how those herbal remedies support in mental well-being. So the next chapter is practical Ayurveda and yoga for the mind. So this chapter discusses on practical techniques like pranayama, meditation, and specific yoga asanas to support mental well-being. So this chapter say talks about the specific yoga postures and meditation techniques that can calm the mind, reduce stress, and promote mental clarity. So breath and mind connection, the relationship between breathing and mental states, introducing techniques like pranayama for regulating the breath and calming the mind. So this is chapter 9. Next is chapter 10. This chapter is again the Ayurveda and the future of psychology. This chapter talks about Ayurvedic principles evolving with the field of psychology, so to walk in tandem. So how Ayurveda's holistic approach to mental health is relevant in addressing contemporary medical health challenges. This chapter talks about that. So then the emphasizes on the importance of mind, body, and spirit in achieving overall well-being. So how to apply the principles of Ayurveda to support their own mental health, or how professionals can integrate Ayurvedic insights into their practice. This is the conclusion it provides. So this here comes the end of the summary of brief book review of what is Ayurveda and the mind, which is very relevant to today's mental health day. So world mental health day, on the world mental health day. This is my miniature contribution in creating Ayurveda cognizance and Ayurveda awareness of the mind, and the basic concepts of Ayurveda that you might heard of but you don't know what exactly it is. And if you have any queries regarding the subject, or any takeaways, or if you want to share any point, or if you have any experiences or insights for me, you can also comment in the section below, in the comment section. So thank you for staying tuned, and happy World Mental Health Day. So let's start addressing mental health. Let's not take it as a stigma or a taboo anymore. And as I said in the beginning, that mental health is mental health is a universal human right. So it is everyone's right to mental health. So thank you, and namaste for today. I'll be back in the next session.